はい、皆さんこんにちは、ロータです。NBA2K20 マイキャリアやっていきたいと思います。はい、放熱。
What's up, Coach? Okay, you're gonna run with the starters tonight. We want to give you a look at the first unit, see how it goes.
すごいな。
That's what's up, Coach. You earned it, Jay. But you gotta perform if you want to
つい
stay.
にブスがスターターか。
You seem pretty confident.
No bad thing?
No, just make sure that your work ethic matches your confidence.
Hey man, you know I live in the gym. I got this.
There's lots of guys in China and
ちょっとね、放送外でちょっと進めたんですよね。毎回撮ってるとね、めんどくさいから。めんどくさいっていうか、
Yeah, I'm still.
ね、だれちゃうから。6-1でだいぶ定着してきたんですけど、スターターか。あと、笑ってハッピーなやつなんですよ。あ、いいね。
Alright, thanks everyone.
あ、なんでファンダメなの？マイナス？
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. So once they take the floor, they're one single unit. And let's go. Well, thank you for that, David. Greg, quite a few people have been expecting this to happen.
Yeah, with the amount of time Jay spent in college, you figured he'd be polished coming into the league. The question was, would he buy in? And I think we've gotten our answer.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Washington out there with Hernan Gomez, and it's Bridges in at the small forward. And for the Heat, they've got Iguodala. Jimmy Butler is out there with lights out. Then there's Dragic, and it's Adebayo in at the center, filling out the middle. Many players on their best behavior to start the year. Do things get more tricky as the season goes on?
If you were in a marriage, Kevin, let's say, and you had, and you are, let's say you had what's called the honeymoon phase, right around December.
今回ね、やっぱサンマーあげたいんですよね。
Guys start to think about, you know what, I keep seeing you every day, and I don't like how it is that I'm playing, and I don't like where we are right now. It's cold in this gym. What is going on? That might spill over occasionally to competition on the field.
Well, because my wife plays this game, watches our broadcast,
Yeah.
I'm always in the honeymoon stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe she's playing it. Lights side, Dragic.
ダブチッ
Pass the lights out. That's
Oh,
a
sure.
cut off an assist from Dragic.
A wonderful look from Dragic, who nicely set up one of
今の
his
シュ
guys
ート
for
は
a great look.
なんだろう。そのポストフックになるのかな。
Now here's Rozier. T right on him. To the right side. Pocket four.
ね、パラメーターがちょっとね、なんだろう、アバウトすぎてよく
It's
わかん
all
ない。
in by the Heat.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
バトラーがね、なんかね、ちょっとあんまりいまいち決めてくんないですよ。オッケーオッケー、ない。うわ。
Nails the baby hook.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Iguodala, the pass to lights out.
いける。ああ、壁。
Foul pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, you knew it was a matter of time before this team made the
今回
adjustment.
ちょっとね、身長上げちゃったからね。
Starter for them going
若
forward.
干やっぱ
And
遅い
being
よ
a
ね。
starter wasn't handed to Jay. And the fact that he
まあ、下手っつっても2メートル6だから、そこまででかくはないけど。
of the roster should make
むしろ
this
普通
team
か。
all that much more to him. Easy call to move him into the
今まで
starting lineup with where he's playing.
2メートル1センチのパワーフォワード
Rozier gets to Monk.
やってたから、それから比べると遅いよね。
Over Iguodala. That one rolling around and runs out.
違う。
Time for some consideration in the
Okay.
passing
You get it?
category. Maybe
Dunk
Kevin.
again.
Just not on. Get somebody else going.
And they take the lead.
Second chances
ボタン押すタイミング遅いんか
are a
な。
great measure of what a team is doing in terms
もっと
of
早
their
めの方がいい
effort
ん
on
か
a
な。
nightly basis, and
あんまダンクいかないんだよね。
serious effort there.
ドライブレイアップの方が明らかに俺低いから。
Dragic against Rozier.
もらった。あ、
Deflects
惜し
the
い。
pass, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets.
裏切っちゃない。
Biombo is checked in for Hernan Gomez. Cody Zeller comes in for Washington, and it's Batum in for Monk.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
おー、蹴った。
Pops in the layup for two.
And it's really easy to appreciate Butler. I mean, especially how he just spins off contact on those difficult attempts.
The pass to Biombo. Kicks to Bridges. Now Batum. Charlotte moving it around. Now here's Bridges.
勝負か。
11 points for him in that last game against Chicago. Rozier for three.
I got it!
Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Miami leading by 4. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier.
俺を使え。
The game with a,
よし。
Greg, I think a chip on his
押せ。
shoulder.
それはブロックされるで
The。story goes as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's able to channel that fire and emotion into
い
his
つ取られ
game.
た。
Here's Batum.
あー、はいえ。
That's good.
入っ
And
て
it's
これを押せ。
Rozier with the assist.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Now here's Adebayo. Covered by Biombo. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
だからもう疲れ
Rozier
る。
the pass to
これ
Zeller.
がスターター
It's
か。
good.
うわ。
And that'll tie this game up.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
やばい。
For Miami, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
OK。
The shot's good from lights out. Lights out's got 6.
And good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you
ポ
got
スト
to
フェー
be
ドはね、まあまあ高いからね。って言ってもまだね、全然安定しないんだけどね。
Here's Rozier.
まあ、ポ
He
スト
had a
フェードウェイ
30-point
自
outing
体
in
あ
the
れか。
last game against
あん
Chicago.
まり
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
ああ、早い。
And the last second attempt.
あんなのにも反応できないか。
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat out front. They lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
そうしまして、OK。コーチの隣。
Going with the whole new group on
今ま
the
で
floor.
一番端だった。
Dragic is out there with Robinson. Then there's lights out. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
ちょっとね、連敗中なんですよね。
The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Lights out. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
ファン獲得、ホームだからな。
144 left to play here in the half. Rozier against Dragic. And here is Rozier. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
甘い。
Deflected, and they get it back. Tries again. And there's the shot clock.
俺がブロックしたんじゃねえ
The
か。
shot off inside.
よし、大事大事大
Well,
事。
every team goes into the draft looking for finishers like these. Here are the most efficient scorers among this year's rookie class. You look at Washington.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
Here's lights out.
押せ。押せは。
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's a look at some numbers for Rozier.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight. they need a bucket in a
ネイ
big
バーフ
way
ットの
here
こと考
to
えると
regain
ね、
some
こうフリースロー上げる理由がないんだよね。なんかそこにポイント振るのすごいもったいないなって思うんだけど、フリースロー入らないのはちょっとマイキャリアってかなりきついよね。
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it.
マイキャリア実際でも
That's
そうだ
one
し、
that the coaches
水野
will
入るのはマ
watch
ジできついよ
tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
They get it back. Passes it to lights out. Five to
入
shoot.
ってこい、入ってこい。
Pass to Autobino.
スイート。よし。
Here's lights out.
Okay.
Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Lights out's got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat. Charlotte's on 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Monk with the ball. He's got 9.
時間使う気か。分かってんだよ。あ、手伸ばせよ。危ない。
No good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's
Thank you,
Oh.
Kevin. Well, Che, your first career
Interview.
start in an NBA game. You looked comfortable out there. Was this as good a performance as
スターターになってどう
you
ですか
could
的
hope
な。
for?
デビュー戦、あ、オッケーね。そうだよね、チームメイト。
Absolutely, DA, man. It definitely taken some adjustment, but I, had the support of my teammates, the coaching staff, and the fans every step of the way. They believe it that I'm a starter, and I hope my play has done enough to keep that belief going strong.
Well, they've got a lot of information to work with, and you've done great so far. Thanks for your time, guys.
thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the.
前半12点か。結構良くない？そんなに取ったっけ？
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to
あ
keep
れ決
going
まっ
at
て
it.
くれるとね、
Setting the floor for the Hornets.
いいんだけど。
Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Ernie Gomez out there with Washington. And it's Bridges.
Okay,
with the
I got
three.
it.
The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the handshake.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hand checking was huge
Hey.
because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league is going.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes.
スリー入んねえんだよな、バトラー。みたいな70ちょっとぐらいしかない。
And here is Bridges. Now, here's Monk. He's got 9.
まあ低くはないけどちょっと微妙だよね。はい。
Deep, but he gets it back.
Okay.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Charlotte making some.
おお、はいな、低い。リブプロテクターなめんなよ。
1:11 left in the third. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat.
おお、そう取るのか。
Here's Butler. And that
お
comes
お、
up
あれやりたい。
just by
あれ
Joe.
決めたい。
Butler's got his second bucket
あ
tonight.
れ決めるようになりたい。
Has the ideal attitude you want in a swingman. But Butler gets in the good
バトラーパイセンが見せ
position,
て
on
な
the
い。
D, and just winning that battle.
The shot by Monk is no good.
But the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed
ちょうだい
them to
ちょうだい
build
空いてるよ。
this league.
あー遅いんでもうバトラーがくれりゃいいんだよ。
Here's Rozier. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Rozier's got his second basket.
And that tells the tale
完全ドフリーだったよ
today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get
や
the
べ
ball
落ち
in
た
tight.
落ちた誰かもらい来て
Passes it to Nunn. The tomb against Butler. That one misses. Great D that time from Batum.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
なんせ反応するからね、もう早めに早めにちょっと動いていかないと。バカ野郎、その人って倍か。よし、ほら、反応できない。ボタンを押してからもう5秒ぐらい経たないと動かないんじゃないかって。それは言い過ぎだけど。そんぐらい遅い。体感5秒あるから。
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
2K ある。
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been evenly fought contest. They've got Dragic. Lights out out there with Butler. Then it's Jones. And it's Iguodala in a pitching spot. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Just good aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight.
バトゥームいるもしかして。バトゥームいる。あ、来んな来んな。オッケー、返した。
Those shots good from lights out. Hornets trail by 11. And here is Rozier. And Zeller kicks the monk. Back to Zeller.
Okay. Foul か。
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And that one falls for Zeller. Adebayo is checked in for the Heat. The Hornets also with the sub. Bridges checks in.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Dragic against Rozier.
なかなかいい活躍してるよ。オッケー。あー、取れなかった。
And he comes it down.
スティール力低いからな。高ければ勝つでしょうね。そこはレイアップだ。反応遅すぎてな。任せろ。
goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Bridges.
And solid at just cutting through the
スピードだけ上げて、だけ。
And he'll make you pay.
Lights out, passes to Adebayo.
パス悪くてごめんなさい。
Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Rebounded by lights out. Miami leading by 8. He kicks to Dragic to the middle. Adebayo with the bucket.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Hornets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. To the inside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
あれ反応できないと止めらんねえよ。
With consistency, 5 buckets.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
これアイソレーションでもいけるっしょ。どけ。
Here's lights out.
寄るな寄るな。もう寄るなよ。
So he'll be shooting free throws here. First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Some changes for Charlotte. Washington's checked in for Bianco. Bridges comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Harris.
ケンドリック・ナンが寄ってきたの。お前そこでもらっても意味ねえだろみたいな。
Looking to get back on track here. Some solid defense from Butler.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Back to Iguodala to the paint. Here's lights out. Hands it from short range. Lights out's got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Monk for three. Offensive rebound. And it's Washington missing. The Heat leading by 13.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Heat.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one. The shooting accuracy negative.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal defense.
And they took charge when it counted, and will be notching their ninth win overall.
They can chalk this one up, but
しょうがどうじゃない？ OKOKOK よしよしよしよしよかったよかった
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they
やっぱ自分がいると試合展開が遅いから全然点取れない。これだともうね3分の1俺が取ってるもんね。プレイあれじゃない、プレイオブザゲームじゃない。
Hey, Kenny here. You were incredible. Season high in points, validating everyone who insisted you could make it into the NBA, even after the questions that were raised heading into the draft.
I appreciate it, Kenny, man. Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time comparing games because each one's different. Different opponent, different strategy going in. I did feel good tonight, though, man. And credit to my teammates for hitting me with the ball when I could do something with it, you know? Without their efforts, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you now, Kenny.
Nice work, Che. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, solid.
Che, talk to me about your first start. How did it feel out there? It looked like you were pretty comfortable.
そうだね。
You know what? I was kind of nervous at first. I was mostly just trying not to mess up, to tell you the truth. But yeah, man, you know what? I just want to give a big thanks to Coach for trusting me and giving me a chance to go out there and show everyone what I can.
笑った顔ブサイクって最悪だよね。
You know, everyone wants to.
ブスでも大体笑ったら可愛い。笑い顔は可愛いとかあるけど。笑ってもブスかよ。
Well, if it comes, just try to make the best of it.
They put it on, kid.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. We'll be back in just a moment.
2K Sports pregame show.
ミニマムボール。
And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston.
これゴールした支配できないね。
Even though Thank you, David. I think we all knew GA or shoe deal would be coming his way at some point.
Well, it's the benefit of being a star in college for 4 years. You've established yourself as a household name, and Jay's people are leveraging that.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Jimmy Butler is out there with lights out. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Adebayo in the 5. And for the Rockets, Harden and Gordon are out on the wing. Robert Covington out there with PJ Tucker. And it's Westbrook in a point guard. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. The offensive rebound. Gordon against Butler. 5 on the clock. Pass to Tucker. Mark, you'd think that team chemistry would just improve as the season goes along, but maybe not if you have personality issues in that locker room.
You know, Kevin, it's one of the most fragile elements in team sports. Chemistry, accepting roles,
sacrificing your own individual game for the good of the team. And I think it's always a work in progress.
And as a leader, I know you were when you played. I'm sure you were dealing with those things all season long.
Yeah, you try to lead by example, but also there's opportunity and times when you have to step up and voice what you see that could be detrimental to your team's success.
And so here is Miami after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Outside Westbrook.
レイアップ行きたかったんだけどな。小回り効かなすぎてやっちゃった。うわ、さすがイグダラ。ジャンプ？
And a little luck that time, but it drops.
An absolute terror in transition. Even though Iguodala is a little older, he still possesses that impressive speed.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 22-point game against Dallas.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Iguodala against Harden. And here's Westbrook. It doesn't go for him. The Heat go the other way with it.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Here's lights out. Pass to Adebayo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
そうなるよね。
The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging about 27 points a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Dragic's the best, so lights out. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Lights out's got his second bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Then you're in trouble.
And the Heat making a change here. Nunn's checked in.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Here's Butler. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Easy to see why Butler gets so much respect for his competitiveness. I mean, he thrives at finishing through contact.
And the hard scramble up rain for Jimmy Butler, well chronicled in Houston's absence. He says it played a part in making him the person Clark he is today. But it doesn't explain him.
That's a great way to put it, Kevin, because we are certainly influenced by our experiences in our past, but it doesn't dictate where we'll go in the future. He bounced around for 4 years in different places from age 13 on. No recruiting buzz out of high school, and from there to here, that's a major climb. Credit to Jimmy Butler.
Lights out. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Robert Covington picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
Houston a whole new 5 on the floor. Heat also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk Bam Adebayo. Derek Jones comes in for Butler. Robinson subbed in for Gordon Dragic. Nunn passes to lights out. 6 feet out. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Gordon.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upward effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
That free throw good from lights out.
And for so many things that the Rockets do right, one area they can lapse in is rebounding.
Yeah, and a big part of that, I think, is they play a lot of small ball, and the defense is decent, but the rebounding suffers when they go small. They were bottom 3 in the league last year in rebounding.
Here's House, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and for 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game. Oh, good.
Okay. I did. Oh, 惜しかった。
And we're about 2 minutes into the second
ウエストブ
quarter.
ロックまだ効率的だわ。
On the court for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler, Hero out there with Dragic. Then there's lights out, and it's Adebayo in at the center
出
position.
せ出せ出せ。3秒になるぞ。3秒になるぞ。
Now Adebayo. Right now he's
Okay,
averaging 11 points a game.
バカチン。
No good from
なん
lights
でダ
out.
ンクしねえんだよ。
The feed to Westbrook. Butler with the steal. A solo fast break. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
You got to be more careful around Butler. I mean, he's
ダンク能力
terrific
低い
at
からとか
bouncing over the
やっぱあんの
opposition
かな。
and taking the ball away.
Now here's Westbrook. He's still scoreless so far.
50ぐらいしかねえからな。
Back to Gordon.
2メートル6あってダンク能力50しかない。
Passes it to Harden.
ダンクしたことねえんかみたいな。う
Nailed
わ
from three-point land.
あれ
And you know, Harden is
Harden
super
してるわ。
reliable from outside the arc. He's got that sweet lefty stroke, and it's a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's Dragic. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. The shot's good. And that's now 9 points for lights out.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times.
Ah,
Having
Itano.
an easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that
や
interior.
ばいよゴードン。
And it's Gordon missing. The Heat leading by 9. And that'll be 2 free throws.
Nice,
Coming up.
nice.
Officials on the call with the foul.
得点以外何もしてねえわ。得点も大してないけど。
But he is delegating defensive duty.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Murray's checked in for Miami.
OK。
And it's Gordon
OK。
missing.
どう
Miami's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Murray outside.
バトル2番になってる。これ出て
Here's
きやん。
lights
そうなん
out.
だ。
Defended by Covington. Here's lights
おい
out.
っと。
No good off the back of the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of the position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Westbrook.
うわ
On the top
ぁ。
of
多
the
いわ。
key.
ウエスト
He
ブロックっぽい
buries it.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here's lights out. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte. Count it. Good.
おっし
And
ゃ
I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mein, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
あれ決めてもあれなんだ。
Westbrook with it. All sorts of time.
OK。
Kept the line. Here's Covington.
6。
Missed
大
inside.
丈夫。
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Murray, the pass to lights out.
無理見たか無理。
The 17-footer. He gets that one. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead. Harden scanning the floor. Some solid defense from Butler.
The defense ready.
ないでないで。いいよ、ロケッツに勝ってるよ。
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Without question, lights out displaying his skills today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Westbrook and Harden, but dynamite there. They're the backcourt. Bobby Covington out there at Gordon. And it's Tucker and it's Pivot manning the middle. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Mark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
That's one of the things, and then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot space is a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the play.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
ミドルがね入り出すと全然違うんだけど、まだそこまでねミドルも高くないんだよね。あ、打てる。オッケー。うわ。止めた。決めろそれは。俺のブロックがしらけるだろう。オッケー。あ、イグドラ先輩でしたか。すいません。
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And that one falls for Carroll.
A rugged, experienced player. The shooting and defense Carroll provides is really what makes him so valuable.
なんで引く？抜けてたのに。そういうとこなんだよね。
Here's lights out. 9 points in the game so far. Fades.
Okay.
And yes, it's good. Lights out's got 11 points.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Rivers surveying the D. And the pass to Gordon. Back to Rivers.
打たれてもおかしくない。はいよ。
Jay on the way. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
走ってこい。走ってこい。走ってこね。マジか。決めろ。もう誰も走ってこね。真ん中がガラ空きだったのに。バムが走ってくると思ったんだけどな。サボってやろう。
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. All right, now a chance to set the floor, courtesy of catering. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Heat. Lights out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero into the shooting guard position. Rockets trail by 8. Outside Gordon. Pass to Tucker. From deep. Bangs on the trifecta.
And they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It takes a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Okay. Hey, Austin. Hey.
He's guarded by Rivers. Lights out. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5-12.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one would be a game where they would get battered inside like that.
Nice steal.
Here's Rivers. Tip. Outside Butler. Butler on the way. With the shot.
Okay.
Lights out. The second effort.
いけたな。ビビったな完全に。よっ。
Not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding them.
Jordan kicks to Rivers. Pass to the house. From 13, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Heat call time here. James Harden.
ダメ、引っ込んだ。これ。足しまった。よし、顔。ああやってね、ちょっとね、引っ込んでシミュレートになった途端にめっちゃ今逆転されてるとこあるから。
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up.
嘘。決めろや。
They trail by 7. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments.
マッチアップマークレモだからこれいけんじゃない？
At crucial time.
Here's lights out. Plays it up and puts it in. The Heat lead by 7. Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter.
超ぐしゃぐしゃなシュートだったけど。
It's Harden with the drive. Some solid defense from Butler.
You know, I'd have been very impressed if he had got that one to go. Tough D.
And now it's a 9-point Heat lead.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And here's Harden with 3. Some solid defense from Butler.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's lights out.
Okay.
Ball for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
ボムが燃えてる。
Passes to Butler.
へへへへ。オッケー。バカ野郎シュートだそこは。ダンクだ。外してるし。
Yeah, I agree with that. Chalk it up.
逆に。わあ。
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Lights out.
よし。それぐらいやれそれを。
Jamming that one home.
They came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a heavy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
Butler against Harden. None grabs the board.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his...
あそこで決めねえか。まあでもいいんじゃない？そして今日はこの辺にしましょう。ありがとうございました。